Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Stitch and Books. My name is Jill, my pronouns are she, her. I'm a 30-something professional nanny living in Southern California, and this is a channel where I talk primarily about cross stitch and the books that I listen to while stitching, and there will be books at the end of today's video, so yay, we're long overdue, and there is a lot. Thank you everyone who has subscribed, who's coming back, who's newly watching. I just appreciate everyone who takes their time out of their day to watch my videos and to connect with me on social media, whatever have you. I greatly appreciate it, so thank you. Quick shout out to everybody right now in the Flosstube community. You guys have given me a queue of like over 100. At one point it was over like 100 videos, and I've gotten it down to like 70 just because I am home from a 3-week work trip and I had no time to watch anything over the past like 3 weeks. So slowly and surely I'm getting that knocked down, but hats off to everybody out there making videos. It's a lot, and just know that I am watching. I know I could like cut my queue and just like watch most recents, but I've realized I have FOMOs, which is fear of missing out stitching, and I just want to see all the stitching. But then there's times when like I don't have any videos to watch because I've watched them all, and then I get really sad for that. So there's no perfect solution. But yeah, I appreciate everyone out there doing that. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for the content. Let's get into the stitching because that is the most fun part of these videos. I honestly think haul is the most fun part, but we will be getting into that later because there's always haul, always. You can never get a video. If there's a video where I don't have haul, please like alert authorities, because that means something is wrong if there is a video without haul. At least there should always be at least one thing. Okay, stitching. I have no FFOs. I have one finish. It's a finish for me, but it is, and I will put the picture up of what it was originally, but this is the Yule Stitch Along. I think it was in like 2023 from Witch's Gardens Craft. And this is what it was originally slated to look like. And this was a free stitch along in her Facebook group. And so I jumped in because the sneak peek was like exactly what I would want it was like Scandi and like kind of more of like a traditional, I guess you could say, thing. So I like jumped in. But what I've known about mystery stitch alongs is the thing that I have in my head, the vision for it, is rarely what it turns out to be. And unfortunately that was the case for me. So what I've decided is that this is my finish. So I stitched this on a 28 count Dwarf linen from Picture This Plus. I think this is the most absolute prettiest blue linen that there could be, but I fell in love with this motif, and that's what I signed up for, and I finished it. And then this cardinal was the second release, and then as you can see there's like more that goes around down there. I did not want to stitch it, and this to me is good. So I will hopefully get this like fully finished into, I'm thinking maybe like a drum. Would that work out? Like have some sort of like drum finish. Maybe I put a 2 and a 5 or something down there. I do want to add my initials on here because I kind of slack on adding initials to things, but I want this to be done just as it is. I think this is so cute. Kind of the vibe that I go for like Christmas stitching, and so this is my finish. It was supposed to be like the whole thing, so I'm really happy with what I have here. It was stitched 2/2 on the 28 count. I love it. So there were some, like, because this little motif here, the Yule whatever the words are right here, they kind of go in there. So I did kind of have to finish out some stitches there. There wasn't much. I think there was like really like 9 stitches that I had to do because yeah, I think I just had to finish that to call it done. So it is done for me. And this was a Christmas in July like finish. So yay. Because I know in my whip parade at the beginning of the year, I was like, I knew I didn't want to finish this, like the whole thing. So like I did not want this to like languish for any longer. It might languish as a finish until I figure out what to do with it. But it's a finished object, so I'm happy with that. So there it is, the Yule Stitch Along, which is Gardens Crafts. I love it. So happy with what it is. Next is a new start, and so I decided to join in on Stephanie from Cross Stitch the Globe and Jen from Jen Spiderweb, their little Paula Vaughn along, because I had in my stash a Paula Vaughn chart in all of like my vintage. I think it came in a lot that I got for something else, and so I was like, oh, this is actually like really good, I'll do it. Again, I kind of have like FOMO when it comes to like that sort of stuff. So I was like, oh, I actually, instead of buying something, I have something that will work for it. So I decided to do Good Neighbors. This is a Leisure Arts leaflet. But if you can see, it's just a perfect porch setting. Again, it's full coverage. I know I said in my last video, like I've surprisingly like become a full coverage stitcher. I have no clue how that happened. I don't understand it, but it's like, I think it's because most of like the older charts that I like end up being full coverage. Yeah, with a couple of exceptions, but I don't know. So, but look at this cute little, I think though, I'm not really, I know this is all Paula Vaughn's like stuff, but like I'm not really into like the Victorian ladies here. But then like the chart is called Good Neighbors, so you're supposed to like have that imagery. But I just love the porch. Look at that porch. The porch, the houses, love it. So TBD on if I will be stitching the people. But I feel like I kind of have to. That is the name of the chart. But so this is my new start. And at first I was like, because sometimes when I want to join in on these like stitch alongs and stuff, or start alongs or whatever, I'll just, especially because it was like full coverage, I was like, let me just do Aida. You know, I'm a linen stitcher, but I do kind of appreciate Aida for its purposes and certain things. So I started this on Aida, and then when I was looking in the chart, there were so many, there are fractionals in this, which I wouldn't think there would be, and I'm trying to remember where the fractionals are. I think they're like in the flowers. Oh no, there's fractionals in this piece. So at first I was like, I'll just do it. I'll do it, whatever. But then, and so technically what you're about to see is a restart, because I started it on the Aida, and then as I was doing it, I was like, I don't really think this is gonna work. And it turns out I have the called for fabric in my stash. Like I thrifted the called for fabric at the Creative You Reuse. And what is the called for fabric? Where is it? It's just a basic 32 count Belfast linen, which, right? Where's the whole thing? Yeah, it's a cream Belfast linen to 32 count. I had it in stash, like and I thrifted it. So this is what I have. I think it goes this way. Yeah, I don't know. I think it goes, anyways, this is my little tiny start. Starting in the middle. I think this is how it goes. It could also go this way. No, it goes this way. This happened last video. I had a very barely started thing and I didn't know which way was up, but I'm pretty sure it's this. Hello. So this is my start for the Paula Vaughn along. Not much, but I just wanted to join in on that. And like I said, I had this, ooh, I have not serged this yet. I think that was a big thing. I had to make sure it was even, I think. But this will, I think it'll fit on this like exactly. Don't know the margins that I gave myself, but it'll fit. I know that. Not much to say. It's just the one color right now. And those are just half stitches for the background. I think it's just like this like grassy area right there. So that's what I have. That's the only new start that I have. So yeah, that's happy to join in on that. I think it's like a never ending one. So if you have Paula Vaughn's, I know they're very popular on the resale de-stash market because they're just, she did a lot. Like on the back of this, there's so many. I think these are, yeah, other leaflets from Paula Vaughn. I like these Midsummer roses. I don't know if you can see that there. But I like the Midsummer roses. The garden party, that would be cute. I don't think anybody can see these. Garden party. I just saw one that I really want to do now. These ones are actually pretty good because they don't have the Victorian ladies. I kind of want this like summer welcome. This summer welcome right here. They also remind me of like some of the Barbara and Cheryl ones as well, like southern porches, like just hanging out, having a grand old time in a simpler life. But I mean, simple is what we make it, right? Like we can glorify like the past because we didn't live it, but I'm sure it was full of their own issues. I mean, that's how we got to be, that's how we progressed to what we have now. But so it's not like the best time, but to have a house with a porch, to have an outside space, that sounds ideal. I have outside space, not a private outside space. I have one. Anyways, yeah, so that was my start for the Paula Vaughn along. Okay, next we will get into my whips. I don't have many whips because like I kind of prophesized last video, with my Italian lemons, like it is taking over my life because I have a deadline on it and I want to get it done. And so I'm kind of been very monogamous on it, especially the last 3 weeks. I traveled with like 5 whips. I worked on 1. So, but I do have, before I left, I have a couple whips, so we will get into it. This is my Carolyn Manning round robin that I'm doing with Jen from Jen's Fiberweb, Rebecca from Beck Stitches Everything, and Jamie from Nesting Steam Stitchery. And this, I have Jamie's piece right now, and it's called Morning's Piece. Here's a picture of it. And I think once I finish this one, it goes to Rebecca, and then we will do it. I'm excited to get these back, but this is, I love stitching on these. Anyways, I'll give it to you. This is my progress. I haven't really stitched on it much since we last saw it, but I have been able to fill in more of the green. So this is being stitched on a 32 count vintage smoky white from Zweigart. It is a glorious piece of linen. And so I'm just plugging away on filling in the green. I do know, because this is Jamie's, Jen's, mine. So I do know I did finish the green on this page. Like all the green is filled in with the exception of the border. All the green is filled in on this page. And so I've been like trying to just move. I just have kind of like have 1.5 pages of the green. Once the green is in, like you can see, there's not much in terms of color that I would have to do. So once I get the green, it's kind of like smooth sailing from there. Like once I do that, it's over. Like this is done. I tried to get it done before I left at the end of July. It's August. But I didn't because lemons took over my life. So now that I'm back, I do want to get this done, hopefully. Yeah, because I have to get lemons done in like the next 2 weeks anyway. So once that's done, like this will be the next focus for me, just so I can get this done and moved along. There's no timeline. I just know that I like to move things on. So, but yeah, we're all kind of like, I think in the same boat. The downside to like not being caught up on Flosstube is I actually haven't seen anybody else if they've been working on it or what they've said. So, but yeah, so I haven't done much. I think I've just filled in a bit more green, but excited to work on this once my lemons is done. Next up is for Christmas in July. I had high hopes. I rewatched my last video and talking about plans and Christmas in July. And again, if I have a thing that has a goal on it, like I will just hyper focus and try to get that done. So my grand plans of Christmas in July and doing all this like themed stitching, just gone, absolutely gone. I did stitch on one thing, which is my Lavender and Lace First Angel of Light. So this is what it will be. I got it to like look less like the monster from Doctor Who. So it actually kind of like looks like someone now. But here it is. I filled in her arm. So I'm stitching this on a 32 count. I think it's 32. Yeah, because I'm doing 2. It has to be 32 because I'm doing 2 strands. 32 count. I think this is just platinum linen from Zweigart. I think has to be. I think that's what I'm remembering. So it's a 32 count platinum linen from Zweigart. I have done just about everything. I'm saving the Krynic for the end. So this was a kit that I picked up from I think I got it from my Stitchy group, which, hi ladies, and gents, but I got this from someone in my Stitchy group, but she picked it up from a D-Stock, or she picked it up, I think, from the Creative Reuse store, so the thrift store. Anyway, so this was gifted to me secondhand, but it was a full kit. And I know Lavender Lace doesn't really do many of the full kits, but so this was kitted up with all of the DMC. One thing that I have though, I do think I have the bag here. The cuts, they cut these strings so tiny because like, yeah, but they cut these, and I get it. Like if you were just pulling, if you were pulling 2, then this would be like an ample length, but this is like, I folded in half. So this length is the length, and I'm finding I have to change out my needle really quickly because, which is just a bit of a pain. But I'm saving all of the gold, which I do believe is Krynic, for the end. There is one blend in here. I haven't started it, but so it's going a bit slow when I do stitch on it because I have to rethread my needle every time because I'll just pull one to do the loop start, and it's not, but I have completed 2 colors because I have them in here. Completed 3. It's basically like the skin tones because I finished her face and her hand holding the candle, and that's the only skin that you'll see for her. But I think it's cute. I like it. So I don't know if I mentioned this, but I was telling my mom, like after I finally revealed the stocking and kind of like told her about this channel and like all the things that I'm stitching. Like I told her like, oh, I'm stitching this like for you, and she's like, oh, I stitched it. Or she's like, I've done it, or I have it, or whatever. And I was like, oh, cool. No wonder it looked so familiar. No wonder it looked like, because when I got this, I was like, oh my God, that looks like totally something that like, my mom has this angel collection, totally something that she would like have. Yeah, because I guess I grew up with it. I don't know, but she can't find it. So maybe when Christmas comes around, she'll find it. But regardless, now I'm stitching it for me. again, it kind of gives that like St. Lucia vibe with the crown, the candle, which is like the Scandi Nordic kind of Christmas vibe that I like. So I will keep this for me. If she finds hers, if she doesn't find it, yeah, Mom, you can have it. So there's that. I only worked on this like 2 days for Christmas in July. There was no Christmas happening in July. I didn't get to the Baja ornament, which I realized is actually not really cross stitch, it's all specialty stitches. So that actually kind of is like confusing. I need to do it, but it's just different than what I thought it was. So that is that. I remember back in the day, I tried doing 1/2 for the skin, but I think I was actually doing like 2/1, and it just got to be a bit too much because I didn't know what I was doing. So I just ripped it out, did 2/2, but I love it. It's cute. I think it'll be beautiful. That dress is gonna take forever. It's gonna take forever. Next one I have is for, these are the same last 2 whips that I had last video too. But this one is for Andrew, the runner stitcher, for his whip into shape. This is my piece, Hagrid's Hut from Paradise Stitch. You can find it on Uplift Stitches. I'll have it linked below where to find the legitimate chart, because there are some on Etsy, but they're not the real ones. So I chose to do this one. It's full coverage. But I wanted to do this one. I'm very pleased with my progress on this. So here it is. I'm stitching this it's a 28 count ice blue from Zweigart, stitching it 2/2 where it's called, or like there's the background's going to be a lot of like half stitches or one strand, one full cross. So this is what I have. So what I've done, because I haven't gone that half, I'm very happy with my progress. I'm weeks behind on the whip into shape, so I do have a lot of stitching that I have to catch up on. But I've done a lot since the last video. Like I came down and I filled up more of this, and I did these pumpkins. So this is the entire width of the piece. So I'm not even gonna do that. So this is the top corner. I'm not gonna even do this. And the bottom corner. So that's what it's gonna be. Like I said, I gave myself very generous margins. I don't think I will ever do this again, give myself 3 inches on all sides. But I do want to get this professionally framed. So that's why I did it. Everybody tells me to do it with 3 inches for professional framing. So I filled in the leaves, basically all the white. No, because I have like a couple. It's just like this color is only here, and then it's like randomly over here. So when I get over there, I'll fill it in. I am stitching this with the Saga app, and that has been amazing to use. It's seriously helped my stitching so much. I will sing my praises about Saga all the time. I just think it's amazing. So this has been a lot of fun to get through, and I am looking forward to doing it more. Again, those lemons, man, they get me. You can't really focus on anything else until those lemons are done. But this is fun. What else do you want to know about it? Ask questions down below. It'll be linked down below. It's just all DMC. And so that has been a lot of fun. I'm still chickening out for putting in the stitching for the background. Still gonna, I'll probably chicken out until it's done. I'll have the whole thing done, and then I'll do it. And then if that would be horrible. And then if it's like not good, that'll be so bad. I might regret it. I don't know. I'm just chickening out. So I'm not gonna do it until I find the courage to do it. This piece I've restarted it like 3 times. I am very happy with this fabric that I've chosen. I like the way my stitches look on it. So yeah, it's going. Yeah, but I like it. Okay, now for the piece that is in the thumbnail and that I know a lot of people like to see and is a showstopper. Trust me, it is a showstopper. I understand it, and I do save it for the end. It's the one that I've like worked on the most. So it is my Italian Lemons by Kooler Design Studio. I got this as a kit off of a D-Stash group. It was a kit that was for a craft store that we don't shop at, but it's great. I've talked about this so long. I don't think anybody wants to hear any more about it. If you're new, sorry, but there are so many, every other video that I've ever had basically talks about this piece. So you can go reference that. It is for my cousin for her wedding. Guys, without further ado, look at her. Look at her. It's not finished. It's not. All the crosses are finished, but not, I'm in back stitch city, which I like back stitching, so I don't mind at all, but basically all this over here has to go all around, but it is gorgeous. Let's zoom in, people. It's so fun. I have absolutely loved everything about this, but I also hate it in a sense of like, I have to work on it. And if I'm told what I have to do, I don't like doing it. And this is self-imposed. Like, I am telling myself to work on this. No one else but me. My brain. So I love it. I do love working on it. I hate having to work on it. But I am on track to finishing it. I'm behind on some stitches. So all the crosses are done. So that left 10% of the project of just back stitching, which it breezes. I breeze through back stitching. For those who say they don't like back stitching, I find it so easy. You just like take a line. I'm also don't care if my lines aren't like perfectly straight, because I think that adds to the character of this piece to be like a hand painted like ceramic tile. So for me, I don't care. Like there's probably like over here could be a little bit straighter, but again, I think it just adds to it. So this is it. I think it's so great. I have a couple like missed stitches, or like, you know, there are some errors in here, but no one can tell. So it's beautiful as it is. I absolutely love it. This is what I like charted into Saga so I could know how many stitches I needed to do. But I'm on track. I will be finishing this by September. Like, so the end of August, I will be having this finished. I do think I'll come back for like a special like episode just to showcase this in its entirety. I will be trying to frame it myself. I already picked out a frame on online that I like, and I'll probably do the horrible thing of like mailing it to me so I can see if it works, and like kind of like pre-finishing this, and then if that frame works, and then returning it, and then sending it, buying another one and sending it to my mom in Oregon so I can save on sales tax. And also I don't want to travel with a frame, so it would be way easier to travel with this like laced up or pinned up or whatever, like partially fully finished, and then like go up there and assemble it and gift it. I do think I want to take it to Pinwis if they have a brag table. I think this deserves a moment on the brag table, and then because I do plan on putting in my cousin's last name, so I think I'll probably like just put a piece of paper over that, just so they have a pretty unique last name, so I don't really want to broadcast that to the world, if you know what I mean. So but I also want to like not have that be a reason why I don't like fully finish it, you know? Yeah. Anyways, this is it. This is her. This is she. Or they, or him, who knows? But this is, I love it. It's a showstopper. I love it. It's so beautiful. It is not lost on me. I think it's pretty amazing that I've been able to do this. I don't finish a lot of things, but when I do, I do. Like that stocking and this, like I could just give up stitching entirely. I did like 2 cool, crazy things. But yeah, that's all I have. This is being, I always forget this. This is being stitched on a 32 count vintage Sahara linen from Zweigart. It is, wow, all the things except for my finish were printed just on Zweigart fabric, right? Am I doing that correctly? Zweigart, 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 Zweigart. Yeah, everything except for my finish is on Zweigart. Like no specialty ones. Wow. You should see my stash of specialty fabrics, but that's for another day. Okay, so 32 count vintage Sahara linen from Zweigart. It is printed, but I think it gives it like a very cool antique-y look in the background. So yeah, and 2 over 2. That's all you really need to know. Any questions? Always ask if I have questions. I tend to have conversations in my head, so I've already told you this, and then I'm like, oh no, I didn't tell you that. So fun, so fun. But yeah, I think it'll be. I'm cruising through some of the like back stitching though, because it's just back stitching. So technically, there's back stitching, like outlining this leaf. Can you really tell? I don't know, like the back stitching. I don't think anything's gonna focus. Yeah, some of the back stitching, I'm like, are you needed? Yes or no? I'm just doing it. I think it looks, when there is back stitching, you can tell it's like really awesome. So that is all of my whips. That's all I have. That's all I've worked on. That lemons piece, I mean, I worked on it. Like I said, I was gone for 3 weeks for work and I brought 5 projects. I brought that one, Hagrids Hut, my Nature's Journey from Spreading Lupine, the cross stitch, just cross stitch stitch along. I brought Sunshine and Shadows, like I brought whips. But because I've just been always behind on stitches on lemons, it's like I can't stitch on anything until I get caught up. And I was working so much that I just could never get caught up enough until like the final day. And then I was like, oh, I caught up, I can take a break. I'm now behind again. Yeah, I'm now behind again. It's cool, it's cool. But back stitching goes really quickly, so I should be able to get all that done by the end of August. So I have all the time to figure out how to frame a piece by myself. I do know Megan, the Seattle Stitcher, was talking about how she frames a lot of her pieces herself and she does it with very little margin. So I might be trying to figure that out. I mean, if it can be done, it can be done. So I think it's a bigger process that I'm making up in my head than what actually needs to be. But it's still intimidating to do that. So I will probably be reaching out to as many people as I can who have done it before to kind of get their best tips and tricks. But I also want to kind of like leave this open enough. So like if they do, because my cousin just moved into, her and her husband just bought a house. So like their design choices might be different than what I'm gonna frame this in. So I do want to kind of be somewhat, so like I can take it out, or they can take it out of whatever frame I choose and like put it in a frame that they want, or even make it into a pillow. I don't know. My cousin is getting to be a little bit crafty, so that's fun. Yes, let's go into haul, y'all. Once again, there's a lot, but it's fun. It's fun. All right, let's go into a bit of chronological order of when I got these things. So my sister-in-law's mom, she's a big cross stitcher too. Like, I swear it's just, our moms were cross stitchers. So she reached out to me and she's like, hey, like I have a bunch of stuff that I'm like not gonna stitch or need or use or whatever. And she knows I go to my little stitchy group. So she was like, would you want some of this to share and all that? So she gave me a lot of cross stitch books. And I'm very happy to say that a lot of the people at my stitchy group took a lot. So it was, I saved like a couple that I knew I really wanted, and then the rest were like leftovers. So the two books that I really wanted was this A Cross Stitch Christmas, Warmest Wishes. So this is, what's the publication? Craftways. It was published in 2020. So this is a fairly recent one, and I could do a flip through at some point, but like there's pretty pastels, like there's these kinds of stitches. And what else do we have in here? But they're all kind of like playful palette. None of these have names, but I just thought it was a fun modern Christmas. They do have more traditional Christmas stuff in here. But I just thought it was really, I knew I kind of wanted to like not have anybody take this, so I got it. Like we even have like No Snow Christmas. So anyways, it was a great find. I know there's like some more traditional stuff, like Merry Bright. Anyway, so that was a lot of fun to get, so like this book. And then the other one that I knew I definitely wanted to keep for myself was Travel the World in Cross Stitch. I think like there's just some really fun, obviously there's like some funky motifs, but then there's like some really good all over the world. So I'm trying to see if there's like one that isn't, like, I think this is cute. This little Australia map. So they kind of separate it by regions of the world, which I think is very nice. Like this one is gorgeous. And then there's little like motifs in here. The America ones is like kind of funny though. But I don't know. It's like, yeah. So I definitely, oh, here it's coming up. Yeah, I don't know. Out of all of them, this is one I would never do, but cherish your dreams for North America. Yeah, but some of these are like super funky, like motifs. Backstitch heavy for sure. Like all these little like European motifs. So those are the two books that I will be keeping for myself. And then the rest, there will possibly be giveaways. So the two books that did not get taken, which I might keep this one, but Donna Kooler's Cross Stitch Christmas, like we all know I do Donna Kooler Design Studios all the time. So this might, because I mean, that is kind of cute. So this one might stay with me as well. This one was left over. No one wanted this one. So this one will stay. And then traditional holiday crafts, gifts, decor, and food. I might gift this to the library or in my local Buy Nothing group, just because this is like a hefty thing. Like it's like tabbed and everything. Unfortunately, I do not see myself doing a giveaway for this because it is just not something that I feel that I could ship responsibly. So this, and then these ones will make it into a giveaway, but This is 24 blocks for Christmas. This is a quilting one, but I know there's also quilters in this community, so I'm not one of them. But so there's this. And because she was doing, my mom stitched my nephew's stocking, and my sister-in-law's mom is gonna stitch my niece's stocking, but she bought several kits so my brother and sister-in-law could pick. So these are the leftovers. So we have a Letty Stitch Christmas stocking kit, like unopened everything. This will be in a giveaway. And then we have, not today, I have something else for today. And then Dimensions Gold Collection. What one's this one called? All Hearts Come Home stocking. So gorgeous. I mean, again, these are, none of this is sorted. So this is not old, because I know she bought, okay, it's a 2004, but I know she bought them recently. So I think she just said she got it off of Herschel's. She went there and bought them, but 2004, and you have to sort your own. Anyways, so those will end up in a giveaway, because even though they're like fluffier, they're pretty lightweight, so I feel confident in shipping them. So that will be a giveaway at some point. So that was the haul from the mother-in-law. What do you call those people? Like, it's my brother's mother-in-law. So technically she's my mother-in-law. I don't know. It's so hard to like talk about those relations because I see them all the time. I do spend holidays with them. Like, they are technically my family. So what do you call that? I don't know. Someone tell me. All right. And because I have a problem, and Stephanie from Cross Stitch the Globe like just does a really good job at thrifting and all the stuff. No surprise to anybody that in this haul I do have a package from her, but it's only one this time. It's Jaques View, Barbara and Cheryl. She had it, and of course I had to get it. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Of course. So not much to say. Here's Jaques. I think it's like based off of like there's a cat in here, and so they did that. Yeah. So of course I got that. Because why not? Speaking of Barbara and Cheryl, Rosanna from Bright and Dusty on Instagram and Flosstube, she just did a vintage haul video, and like she posted a video she posted a photo on Instagram of like her haul all spread out, and I was like, I commented, I was like, I spy some Barbara and Cheryl in there. And she had like 2 charts, and one I have, one I don't have. And so I'm kind of jealous that she has that one, but don't worry. I will forever be on the hunt for Barbara and Cheryl. So don't you worry, because this next piece of haul is Barbara and Cheryl. So I don't know if I told you guys one time that I had like this Etsy snafu. So like I was shopping one night and I found, because I'm always on the hunt for Barbara and Cheryl charts, and so I found this one Etsy store that had like several. So I added that to cart and added a couple other things, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna like sleep on it and just kind of like see if I still want it in the morning, or like maybe I'll take some things out. Well, I wake up and I'm like, yeah, no, I want all that stuff. And I went to purchase, and their Etsy store, like they all said every single listing was like no longer available. And then I go to their store and they're like, they had like over 200 listings, and then all of them were gone. Their store wasn't on vacation mode, like, but their storefront was still there, but they had no listings. Like, I'm like, what witchcraft just took away? And then of course, because they were all taken away, I was like, I must have all of them. Like, I need them now. I didn't know I needed them before, but I need them now. And so every day I would check. I kept everything in my cart because it goes to your like save later thing or whatever. And I was like, I think this is like, she got her shop taken down, Etsy's doing something weird, or maybe I don't know what happened, but I was not going to give up on the fact that like I wanted those charts and I wanted them and I needed them and it was going to happen. So this was months ago. And randomly when I was out on my work trip, because I was bored and I wanted to shop, because that's what I do when I'm bored and I couldn't go anywhere to shop. So online, I checked on Etsy and they were live again in my shopping cart. And I have never checked out so fast. I was just like, yep, everything. And then I was like, let me see if you got any more. She didn't have any more. So I don't know what happened, but I immediately purchased because I was like, no, I went without for several months. I need these now. So, and they arrived. At first I was like, is this actually gonna ship? I don't know, but it did, it came, and I have all the charts. Beautifully packaged, by the way. I even got like this, like little card. It's just a blank card, an envelope, but like how cute is this? So cute. So I got that as a little bonus. Okay, let's get into it. So it will come as no surprise to anybody that there are Barbara and Cheryl charts in here. So I'm just gonna save those for the end because for once I got like 3 things that weren't Barbara and Cheryl. So first up, is Amsterdam in Stitches. So this is a little pattern book. I can actually show you what it is. It's really, what is it? Copyright 1969. Wow, didn't know that. But so we have this motif and it's spiral bound, but it is kind of fragile. And we have this one, the Royal Palace. I'll just show the ones that were like Flower Mart. One did I really love? A Vondel Park is my favorite, but this one is Little Bridge. They do have, I'm not like fluent in Dutch. I do know a fair bit of Dutch, but not fluent. This is the Rijksmuseum. And then Vondel Park though. When I, like, how cute is that chart? So there's all these little squares. Oh, I guess I could have just shown this because this one, unfortunately, is a page that came out. Like, I bought it knowing it was, like, vintage. Like, there was very clear. But there's all these, like, how you can finish it and put them all together, which I thought was very cute, and all this. And then, like, but for each chart is the color chart at the end. So it looks like the symbols, yeah, it's all hand-drawn because it's from the 60s. So I love the Netherlands and Amsterdam. I have been, I think, only once. I was more fond, my cousin lived in The Hague for a bit, so I visited her in The Hague and that was a lot of fun. So anything kind of Dutch has my eye and attention. So I got that. And then this one, Kingsland Heart's Delight, I really liked. It was a two-tone, 2 different ones, but I was more drawn to this half. I think I would only stitch this bottom half. But I mean, there's like DMC regular, then there's pearl cotton, there's Mill Hill beads, there's an eyelet stitch, satin stitch, lazy daisies. There's all different kinds of stitches in here. And I'm pretty sure like that would be like, what is it called? Hardanger? Yeah, it almost looks like there's Hardanger up there. Anyways, that was unique and why not? I think it was a good price, but I was really drawn to the bottom part. I would probably stitch that. Then again, a windmill. This is called Summer Farm. I just thought it was a very picturesque. Again, it reminds me of Holland, so I thought it was very cute. But I need to figure out, it's hand-drawn, and they use like red and black symbols, but like kind of the same. So that will be fun to actually do. Will I actually stitch it? Maybe. Again, full coverage. Why? Why do I keep finding myself with full coverage pieces? I don't know. Now, on to the Barbara and Cheryl. This is an old one that I don't see often. So a cottage garden. So I really like it for the house. There's like this home sweet home, welcome to our home, like those kind of like samplery stuff, but I mainly like the house. I don't know if you can see it, but so this one adding to stash for my collection, another one adding to collection, but also it's more of the florals. And like I said in my last one, I still want to do those door dusters and like a couple other possibly like home stuff. But so this is the Petite Fleur collection. This is really pretty, but like just little flower motifs that you can like mix and match. Make a cushion for stool, Afghan, tabletop, pillow. They kind of give you the instructions on how to do like this quilted pillow up there. So again, adding to the collection of Barbara and Cheryl. We'll do this one. So Terrace View. This one is one of their like cityscapes. But this one is a bit smaller actually, 129 by 112. But that one is cute. And so yeah, it's a small one, but been on my radar for a while. I like it. And then another one. I just love them, but In Full Bloom. I have like a list now on my phone of like all the Barbara and Cheryls that I have, that I know about, and that like I have and what I don't have, because some do kind of confuse me of which ones I have and I don't. But this one, I mean, look at that. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I also then I think I need to like rank in my mind of like which ones I do want to stitch like now and which ones I'm like, okay, not stitching. Like that like cottage one, probably not going to stitch, but again, I have to have it. But in here, they do give you like at the time what ones they have, and I'm on the hunt for these ones, people. This is my next unicorn because I did find, oh, everything's gonna fall. I did find my last unicorn, and so now these are my unicorns. Pastel Reflections, 2 designs, $5. I will pay more for them, but also if they are $5, because I know some of these charts were $5. I want these ones, people. Anybody have them? Anybody have a lead on them? Let me know, because those ones, I have not found them. I think I found it on eBay, and again, I'm boycotting eBay. So anybody else have a lead? Let me know. These ones, Pastel Reflections. Cannot find them, and they are, yes, please. These ones. But so I have Rooftops. Got that from Stephanie. I just got In Full Bloom. I do have Sunday Morning. I got the no, I don't have Rooftops. Yes, I have Rooftops. I think I do have Rooftops. I definitely know I have Garden Wall from Stephanie. And this is where I don't know which one I have. I think I have Queen Street Alley. And I don't have South Battery Park. And then I have Palm Sundays. Sorry, you get like that backstitch chart. Sorry, guys. But yeah, Pastel Reflections, people. Those are the ones that I want. Anybody, let me know. Those ones. So I just love Barbara and Cheryl. I want more people to love and appreciate them, but at the same time, I don't want people to love and appreciate them because then they'll get them from me. But I want other people to enjoy it. Just let me get all the ones that I want, and then you guys can have whatever is left out there, which I'm sure there's a lot. So, okay, going back to before all these purchases, I did go one day to my creative reuse store. It's a drive for me to get there, and I needed fabric, but I did peruse their aisles, so I found what I thought was gonna work out for the door dusters. Like I found this like canvas, like needlepoint canvas, came in a roll like this. I was like, oh, maybe it is what I need. but it's not. They're like just these small canvas pieces. So I don't know if I'm going to keep it or if I'm going to donate it back. I don't know. Found some waste canvas because I don't think I have any. Always good to have. And then I found another kit. It's a Busilla kit. Look at that blue china. Funnily enough, I picked up off of my D-stash a blue and white ceramic teapot today. It's just having a moment, okay? But look at this. Isn't this beautiful? It is opened. Doesn't look like it's been used, or I think it has. I don't know, but Willowware Classic, 1992. Because this is like definitely a hand-drawn note. And like, these are not tapestry needles. That's just a packet of embroidery needles. I think she like tried to start kitting, or whoever tried to start kitting it up. But this, no, it's definitely been opened because these are embroidery needles. These are too sharp to be tapestry needles. So it is a mess that I would have to sort. So I'm hoping everything is in there. Who knows? The fabric looks untouched. The Ada looks untouched. So, but I did get this. Yeah, I think it's beautiful. Like the oranges with the blues. Like, I think definitely something I want to stitch. Aha. Okay. Right before I left for 3 weeks, on a D-stash, I saw this and I had to jump on it because I hear everybody talk about Lakeside Linens, but my main rule with D-stashing is, or like finding things, thrifting, is I just let the thrifting gods like tell me what I can get. So if I see something and I'm like not the first one to do it, like boo-hoo, but I'm not gonna sit and stalk my Facebook just in case something comes up. But I just happened to be on Facebook at just the right time to claim this piece of Lakeside Linen. It's not going to show up. It is a beautiful light blue. It is called Morning Dove Lakeside Linens. It's a 36 count. I don't think you'll be able to see it. No, probably not. It's a beautiful, beautiful light blue. So that arrived the day before I left. And that kind of like, I have a specific plan for that linen that goes with more haul that I got. And also I didn't get it till after, but I did go to Midsummer Stitch. I feel like everybody has talked about Midsummer Stitch and their experience, so I won't go into it. It's a great event like all the times. But I was able to snag some fabric. So I did get the exclusive fabric. This is the 40 count Midsummer fabric from Be Stitch Me. And I got it because I don't have a thing of Be Stitch Me fabric in my stash. So I feel I'm on my quest of getting a fabric from every like common or well-known fabric dyer, or even not well-known, but that is my mission. I did get 40 count because that was the only linen left. Again, just like de-stashing, it was funny, I was in a stitchy group and like the shopping hall opened and like it was a mass exodus, like everybody left. They're like, yeah, I'm going, which fair, right? But I was like, I'm not gonna do a mad dash because I don't know what counts I really like to stitch on. So like, why am I gonna fight for whatever's there? And I knew I wanted the PDF charts. I also bought, which I hope I have, I also bought the exclusive from Sprouting Lupine. I did buy that one. That one's gorgeous. All of them were gorgeous, but I only wanted to buy one for now. Will I stitch it in the year that it's exclusive to that event? Probably not, but I can get the others in a year's time. Anyways, all that to say, I went in like 40 minutes later and like they had this. So I got that. that was fun. I bought that before I left, but it arrived like the day after I left. So didn't see it till just now. Now let's get into my Nantucket haul. So I know I didn't mention it before, but if you were around here last year, you would know that like this trip this year, we went back to Cape Cod and Nantucket, and last year I had like so much. So I will just kind of like go over the haul a little bit, and then I'll tell you about the trip later. But so the #1 showstopper in Nantucket, like always, is the Whaling Museum. No one sleep on the Whaling Museum if you ever make it to Nantucket, because they have the cross stitch. Don't bother yourself going to the needlepoint shop on the island. It's not worth it. They do have DMC, so if you are strapped and you're out of a color, great. If not, they don't have anything for cross stitchers there except for that DMC. But anyways, so the Whaling Museum. I found these fun charts. If you go back to a video last summer, I got a lot more there, but I didn't need more. But I needed one more thing. It's this Nantucket Memories. This is an Elizabeth Gilbert from 1985. So they were having a special exhibit at the Whaling Museum, which was all about like Nantucket textiles and needlework. So their gift shop had so much more in terms of needlework than this year than they did last year. But I picked this up, just fun little motifs, some lighthouses, the windmill, the Main Street little thing. So I had to get this one. And then they have kits at the Whaling Museum. So this was an exclusive that they designed just for this year. It's from Posies collection, but it's Nantucket summer. So there's nothing like a Nantucket summer, and I will agree. There's just something about being on the island. But so these are all just some of the major landmarks in Nantucket, the whales, everything. So I had to get this, saw it in the window, had to get it fully kitted. I could have started it when I was there, but I knew I would want to change the fabric, so I didn't. And then I saw this as a pillow, but I was not about to pay $200 for a pillow, because it wasn't just the pillow form. It was like, it was embroidered. I appreciate the work, but I'm also not going to pay $225 for a pillow that I had to stuff in a very overpacked suitcase. So it was just not going to happen. But they had hand towels. This is not all embroidered. This is stamped. But the pillow that I saw, everything was embroidered like this. It was so beautiful. This one has a little bit of like embroidery on it, but I decided just to get the dish towel. But it's so cute. I couldn't pass this up. Imagine this as a pillow. It's beautiful, but this is what I have. So I got this, so cute. Can't wait to use it. And then, yeah, that's all I got for haul. It was very anticlimactic. I thought I had one more thing. Oh, that's all the Nantucket haul. Then that's what it was. Okay. So that's all that I got on the island. But before we were on the island, we were in Cape Cod. And so I had actually a lot more free time when we were there before we got on island. So I had like a lot of time. There's 2 needlepoint shops close to where we were staying in Cape Cod. And so I definitely went there. And then I did hit up a fabric store. So before I get into the needlepoint shop haul, so I went to a fabric store and I picked up this fabric. I've already made these into bags because that's how crazy I am. This fabric and this fabric. I just wanted something that screamed Cape Cod, New England summer. And you probably won't be able to see it, but inside this one is seagulls. I don't know if you can see it, but seagulls. And this one is mermaids. I don't know if you can see it. Anchors. So I coordinated it all. I do have several lighthouse like kits. I will be putting one in here. I think I'm going to put this one in here once I start it. And then I have this one for a very special, the next thing. So at the needlepoint shop, they did, the first one I went to was in Oysterville. That was really good. That was like silk heaven. Like definitely check it out and call them if you need a Gloriana, because it looked like they had Glorianas. And then the second one, they had silks. It was a bit smaller, but then they had like a whole stock of Forbidden Fiber Co. Floss. And if I had more time, I would have tried to kit something up, but that was 30 minutes that I could only go there and check it out. But I had more time at this other one. So what I did is so there's a chart from the Artsy Housewife. It's a freebie called Ocean Posies. It looks like this. I know I've been wanting to start this for so long, ever since Stephanie and Allison did a freebie series like last year. I got it. And I knew it would be perfect for like to commemorate Cape Cod and Nantucket. So I kitted it up with all classic colorworks. I'm basically punching up all the colors to make it something fun and like Lily Pulitzer, like definitely coastal New England preppy. But I'm going to use this Lakeside Linen that I just got. I just think it would be so pretty. I am worried because obviously I didn't take this linen with me. So I didn't do a floss toss when I was there, but I knew I needed to find blues that would like pop, but I might, this and this might be ghosting, like, cause it's 36, so I'll do one strand. So I don't know exactly how it will work, but that's my plan. And another main reason why I'm doing this video today, right after my trip, when I'm exhausted, is because I want to start it like now. So I needed to show you before I start it. That's what I got. That's all my haul, which goes into plans. Plans are to finish my lemons. I am on track. Lemons will be finished. It will have its own dedicated video once that is done. It deserves it. So finish my lemons. I want to start the Ocean Posies by the RC Housewife to kind of like just use my fun fancy floss and get something commemorative of this trip this year. And then what else? Catch up on the Whip into Shape, work on my round robin. Kind of have a lot of stuff that I need to do. Don't know if I'll get to all of it before I see you next. I was watching Kim from the Spartan Stitcher, and she was talking about doing like a gridiron, what'd she call it? A gridiron grind or some sort of like stitchy challenge that coincides with college football. And I think that's great because I have my Quaker that I have. It's over there. I'm not gonna get it. I'll show you next time. But that's my like Pacific Northwest, like Oregon duck stitch. So that is, I'm gonna join her for that. So go check out one of her latest videos where she talks about it. I think there's also a Facebook group. I'm not there. I think I will just like do what I need to do and what I want to do for that without like actually officially joining. But I do know I will be stitching for that. I never started my harvest, like seasonal harvest cucumbers from Owl Forest. And it is pickle season. My mom just says she's finishing up her pickles. So I still want to do that. I never got that. Will I get it? Probably not. I don't know. There's a lot of plans that I have that I just don't know if I'll get to. Yeah, prep for Pinwis, the Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit. I talked about doing the Mellow Yellow from the Artsy Housewife because they're one of the designers. There's also a Vela embroidery, Krista West. She's one of the designers too. And so, but I just don't know yet. I don't know. There's so many things. The lemons just has to get done. That's it. Lemons. I'm going to be pretty monogamous on that until it's done. Then those are the only plans that I have because that's all I can really focus on. Not really a goal stitcher for most of it. So that's what I have. Lemons, maybe start this Ocean Posies because I'm like really itching to start. I was so pissed off I did not like bring this fabric because I knew I wanted to start it and I knew I was going to kit it up and I didn't. So fun for me. We're doing books today and I'm just going to rapid fire go over like what ones I've read. I have a list here off of my Goodreads and I'll just say yay or nay. And you can go follow me. I'm still trying to transition. I don't know which one I want. I like Fable because I like their user interface, but I haven't figured it out, but I can't, when I do like what edition, like on Goodreads, you select a book and you can like change what edition you read it, right? Like paperback, hardback, ebook, or audiobook. Because I do like to give reviews, or I do like to like denote like if it was a good narrator or not, right? So I like that about Goodreads. Fable, I haven't figured out if you can do that. It's just you read the book. But I like to know which ones were audio, which ones were ebooks, or if I pick up a physical book, I don't know. In Storygraph, you can do it, but it's a lot of data. I don't like data that much in terms of like all of that stuff. So I'm still using GoodNotes. If you want to know, or Goodreads, if you want to know more about these books, I do kind of give a bit more detail. But anyways, so books. We read Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. I love that one. We read Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. Love that one. How to End a Love Story. Did not actually like this one. Was a hard one. And these are all audiobooks. That one was kind of a hard one to listen to. I didn't really like that. And I feel like that one was very similar to another book that I had recently read, I think on this list, I don't know, but that one I wasn't really into it. The Au Pair Affair by Tessa Bailey. It's a spicy one. I have an issue with the whole nanny trope when it comes to like romance novels. Like I do find it a bit offensive. Like if you are a professional nanny, like that is absolutely 100% like you're disgusted by like that. I have an issue with it, like, and it just irks me because like the professionals in this job is just a line that no one would ever cross. So I read this, I was like kind of okay with it because she's not a professional like nanny or au pair. She was just like helping out a friend's like friend, right? So I was okay reading it, but like it does irk me a bit. I just don't like that trope. I just don't like it because I find it offensive. Anyways, so it was a good book because I could separate. She's not professional. Swept Away by Beth something. I liked it. I did, but not a unique story, but I also feel like I just read something similar. It was fine. It was good. Lost and Lassoed. I do love that series, so I did like that one. The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center. That's it. The Rom-Commers and How to End a Love Story were really similar in terms of like it was both set in like Hollywood and deal with like TV and movies. So I kind of felt like they were the same story but different, but it was fine. Wild and Wrangled by Lila Sage. Didn't like it as much as Lost and Lassoed, but that was a good one. The Davenports, I thought it was a unique story and viewpoint, but it annoyed me a bit. I just felt like some of the characters just annoyed me a bit. So I don't know. I will not be reading the second one. So there's that for you. Problematic Summer Romance from Ali Hazelwood. I loved this one. I did. I gave it a 3.75. It was fine. It was a single POV with dual narration. Perfect. I love it when these publishers will do dual narration, even on a single POV. I wish, because if you're gonna do dual narration, when it's a dual POV, the male should do the audio bits when it's the female's POV, and the female should do the audio bits when it's the male POV, because then like the voices change. I just don't like it. But this was a single POV with dual narration. Loved it. One Golden Summer, I really liked it. I like Carly Fortune's books. I think I like them. If you read them all in succession, it might get repetitive, but I like it. Swift and Saddled, the final one by Lila Sage. I don't know, that one was not one that I liked. I couldn't really, out of all of them, least favorite. Then I did Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. I loved that one. Yeah, really enjoyed that one. Love Haters by Catherine Center. That one reminded me a lot of Swept Away by, it's Beth O'Leary, isn't it? Yep, Beth O'Leary. Because it kind of has, fine, I guess, spoiler, there is a part in the book where, in the Love Haters, where someone does get swept out to sea. So, sorry, spoiler, but whatever. Dream Girl Drama, it's by Tessa Bailey. It's the same in the series of like the Au Pair Affair. That's spicy, like off the bat, so just prepare yourself on that one. I read it while working, so I don't recommend that. I don't know. It's just pure spice, it's just one big sexual tension like book the entire time. Next one, Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. I enjoyed it. It was just too much of a fairy tale for me. Like, I love like magical realism, that's my favorite genre, but it was just too much of like, too much fairy tale. So that's all that I have. Those are it. That's all you're gonna get. We've had books come and go. It's been too long. So those are what I have. A little bit of a life update because I need to be done with this. I think I've been at it for too long. Okay, life update. Summer is officially over in terms of like school season. So school is back in session. I'm still on a break with my afternoon boys, but my toddler is going to school. So I'm pretty sad about it. I don't know, she's been like my bestie for like 2 years, and now she's going to school Monday through Thursday, like all day. While she transitions to all day, she will be half day. I told the parents, I was like, don't do that to her. But so yeah, so it's now just gonna be me and the new baby, and as wonderful as I'm sure we will bond, I'm still gonna miss my toddler. So there's a lot of change happening. And I say this even after like 3 weeks of being with them and needing time away, because it was 3 weeks of like 12-hour days. I do not work that much. I don't like it. My contract is for 10, and I'm fine doing like extra hours here and there, but it was 12-hour days for 2 weeks straight. I had like 1 day off because that's my contract. That's how I wrote it up and did it. And normally it's fine because it's 10-hour days, but these were 12 every single day. So I'm burnt out, but don't want to do anything. It'll take me a long time. I'm all unpacked. I like to unpack right when I get home. Otherwise, things just spread out and there's not a lot going on. So I don't like it, but I'm exhausted from that trip, and I don't, it's just exhausting. My job's exhausting. I love it. I had so much fun, but I am exhausted. And I just remembered, because I just see it over there, I have cookies. I brought cookies back from my favorite sandwich shop on the island. So I need to eat those cookies before they go bad, but they're not gonna go bad. They're Mexican wedding cookies, if anybody wants to know, which are also Russian tea cakes, and what my family calls them as snowballs. It's just a dough rolled. It's the best cookies in the world. So I have those. I am, like I said, I'm going to Pinwis, and I'm taking the time. I'm taking time off. Like, I just kind of like told them randomly, this is the one thing, like I work a lot and like my contracts are what they are and I have it written up in a certain way for that, but then there's pros and cons for the way that I do my business, but then there's the pros are I just tell them when I'm out of town. I don't really ask for it. I tell them because I'm the one that sets and determines my hours. Obviously they ask for those hours, but I'm the one that I can say no, and that's what happens. So I will be taking the time. I have everything is all planned out. My mom's really excited for me to come. I'm excited to come. Like I said, my cousin, she just bought her house, so like it'll be fun, I think, to like kind of see her. My other cousin, her sister, she is actually in the process of moving out of the country with her family. Like I said, she lived in The Hague for a bit, so they are an international family. So she's in the process of moving out. One just did that, and then their, you know, family dynamics are so fun. Yeah, there's not much really to say for life. That's kind of like all that I have. I am really looking forward to summer being over. I enjoy summer as a season. I don't enjoy summer as working season. Like I enjoy the summer. I enjoy not the heat, but like I don't like hate it. Spring is my favorite. Fall I'm okay with, and don't get me started on winter. I just don't appreciate, which is why I live where I live. I just don't appreciate cold weather for months on a time. So I'm happy summer is over only because of work. But I could do a couple more weeks of summer, which will be, because September is the hottest month of the year, every single year. What else? Yeah, again, the Whaling Museum in Nantucket. If you are ever able to go to Nantucket for a day or two or whatever, don't sleep on the Whaling Museum. They have, one, the best gift shop, and two, this year they had a behind the seams exhibit. So it was all about textiles, and hopefully I'm putting some pictures up, but it's all about textiles and needlework and just the history of weaving on the island, because they actually do have in Nantucket Looms, it's still in business today, but where they make their own stuff. So it was very fascinating. I took the baby and he just slept for his like quick nap, and I was able to just go through the exhibit and just see it, and it was fun, and I enjoyed it. So that was a great outing. I'm the full authority on Nantucket. Like even the family I was with, like I was like, oh yeah, they have this, they have this, they have this. And they're like, really? I was like, guys, let me tell you, I'm a great source of information. But yeah, it was a great trip. I'm just exhausted. That's all I have. I've been here for too long, so I think I'm gonna say goodbye. I'm tired. Been battling a headache all day. But anyways, thank you so much again for everyone that's here. Oh no, that is what I'm going to do. Okay, I am going to do a giveaway. I bought 2 of these Nantucket Memories books. So these are just simple charts. It gives you a little bit history of Elizabeth Gilbert, the designer, and it does give you a history of all these like charts at the very top. And you could do this for knitting, latch hooking, counted cross stitch, canvas work. Like you could do these charts in any form. So I'm going to be giving away this for anybody who has stayed to the end. Yeah, so just put the keyword Nantucket in, and you will be entered to win. I'll ship it internationally, honestly, if anybody wants it. So anybody can enter it. You kind of don't even have to be subscribed, because I'm rocking that like 994 subscribers, like just under 1,000, and I'm like okay with that. Like I want to see how long I can keep that just under 1,000. So no one needs to subscribe. You just have to put Nantucket in your comment, anything, and you will get this. 6 things, even gives you the chart for like Nantucket too. So this will be a giveaway. I bought one just for you guys. So, cause it's unique. I thought it was fun. So put Nantucket in your comment, you'll be entered. I'll hopefully remember to do that for next time. Like I said, I have like a whole bunch of other haul that I will do, and it kind of needs, or like stuff. I need to do more giveaways. So I have stuff to give away. I just need to do more. On that note, I'm gonna go eat a cookie and battle this headache that I have because I'm exhausted. Anyways, stay awesome, be awesome, and do kind things. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.